Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, good morning, everyone. Here we are delivering real gains, sort of a freight train. Those are the lyrics to the song. Welcome to the morning steam. Reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. I know all the words to the morning steam show theme song. Thank you, Peasy. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here for betting action on a Wednesday. We got daytime baseball, major league action, and one playoff game tonight. We're running out of playoff games. We need some more sports, and we're going to get some soon. Here we're going to get some more sports here starting up real quick, but we do have WNBA tonight as well. Thanks for joining me here on the show. Another bummer morning. I mean, here I am raring to go. Want to handicap some games, want to watch some tennis, and I'm watching a couple of matches as rain continues to where were we at Wimbledon here. Rain continuing to plague the French Open a little bit. All the plays still kind of on schedule, and sure they'll get it going here in a little bit, but definitely been just some indoor matches for a couple of hours. How you guys doing after yesterday's result? Hey, we get one more at least conference finals basketball game with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Good, strong performance from the Wolves. Kind of clutch, pretty encouraging. No team's ever blah, blah, blah. So, real nice for the Wolves. They need a game to build on their potential legacy if they're going to move forward with this club. And who knows where their franchise sits right now in limbo, with their ownership and everything. Maybe there's just enough chaos that's why things haven't exactly clicked, but they did click last night. For Anthony Edwards, he still shows signs of, being a youthful, exuberant player, right? That maybe isn't ready for the big spotlight necessarily in the NBA finals. So still got a nice performance. I mean, Dallas did do a good job. They were up against a team that was playing desperate, played well. They obviously have enough talent and defense to make clutch plays and a real strong performance there. I lost a premium pick and we didn't have the total. We didn't have it right. And, will I regret? Look, if I regret, basically unloading 40% of my ticket to, hedge against the elimination of the Timberwolves, well, I'll learn my lesson with the first four-game comeback sweep ever, and I'll just accept my punishment there. I'm pretty much cashed out, it feels like, when it comes to the Minnesota Timberwolves, but still great job. We want to see another game. We want to bet on another game, and we'll get one more game in the Western Conference Finals. How about the NHL last night with the Florida Panthers? Well, it was kind of a repeat performance for Florida. They dominated the game again for the most part, but were rewarded this time with the victory, just as close as this series has been. Florida dominates the stats. Rangers still pretty strong, right? As far as just keeping it close, doing what they need to do. It kind of feels like even though Florida got the win, Rangers can take something away from it here, still given their position in the series. But good job by Florida to extend this one. It feels like we could get some great action in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll talk Western Conference hockey tonight with Dallas and Edmonton as that series continues. In Edmonton, get your picks ready with me. I'll say hello to everyone. We'll also look at WNBA. Hey, shout out to you guys. For my toughest day. Been crushing, but did not have a great WNBA day. I'll try to redeem it tonight with 3 games, and I'll have some WNBA commentary. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Want to say hi to get the show going here? All right. Here we go. Who do we have? We had Fernando was here first today. How about that? Twisted, hello. I don't know what site you're talking about, Twisted, but any site that has predictions to all sports. Oh, okay. It doesn't allow you. Well, yeah, we're not going to share it here. I mean, there's only one site here, Tony'sPicks.com. But uh, I I love predictions, so I'm interested in knowing what you're doing. Hey, hello, good morning to Jeff, and maybe, hey, I like making sports predictions. I've basically rearranged my whole life so that I can come on YouTube every day and do it. So I'm looking for more sports to predict. Stop Geo, hello. How about I love the tributes to Bill Walton that we're still rolling in, man. I'm just really pleased with that. And man, I don't know if you saw my hometown newspaper, the San Diego Union. Front page of the sport. It was a big Bill. It was Bill, pretty much. Good morning to Angelo. Fernando, he's new. Welcome, Fernando. We do sports picks here in case you're new to the. All right. And Brent's ready to roll. There's doubles. Good morning to doubles. We'll take a look. We have a soccer match. We found one that maybe we can all agree on. And we've got the first steam of the day here that's coming in right now as part of the show. So let's just rattle it off here as a move is coming in right now, reported by the line service. That's the difference. I just don't make it up. It's one of the major line services that people talk about. I happen to subscribe to them. You might too, but if you don't, hang out with me. I do subscribe to it. The move is on Miami and San Diego. It's to the under, of course, with Garrett and Darvish today. This one here in San Diego, I'm in Las Vegas. Sports betting capital of the world, proclaimed sports betting capital of the world. People might tell you otherwise, given the menu here sometimes, but nonetheless, the limits are large. And the move on the under here with the Marlins and the Padres, already seeing 7 over 15 right here at Circa, where I like to hang out. And a lot of 7.5s that haven't been hit yet, but the Circa moves are kind of coming in right now. So we'll keep an eye on some of these. Under here, the steam move, Miami and San Diego. I know. Here's Justin here today. Hello. And Doubles and we should be managing the Cubs, apparently. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't, I think I was just reciting what the experts were saying, about talking about some of the moves here. But obviously, it's been accentuated here with the games with Milwaukee and Chicago this week. So it really has been, the story of the week. Howard's here today. Hello. Twisted was surprised by the Wolves. And here is Dave. He's complimenting me on my age. Oh my God. I feel 75. All right. He likes Darvish to come through here talking about that steam. I'm all caught up. So just got about 3 dozen of you here already. I better go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Not much from the chat all-stars, just some nice conversation. But we want to take a look at who's hot over at Tony'sPicks.com. I could only manage a 500 day yesterday. Yeah, did I have the under in a game that was 1-0 with 2 outs to go in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the game went over 8.5 with 9 runs? Yeah, that happens. That happens. It is in baseball. 1 minute you're 1 out away from a 1-0 victory, and the next thing you know, you've lost a total. That happens with me a lot. Panger, hello. here or whatever it was. Right? So no big deal. I don't worry about too much. Felt like the handicaps are right on. And I think the handicaps today are right on. How about some of some of the pitchers going today? This is really baseball, handicapper, fans delight. Real nice menu. This is a really good menu of baseball. It really is. I'm not just saying it to stick around. So, geez, wow, Twisted, the Padres are going to score 7.46. I'll take the under. I mean, I love you here with your commentary, and I know you might be going off of us. I mean, maybe they are. The total is projected runs for the game. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, thanks, Twisted. Maybe because I think the Padres are going to win today. I think the Padres are going to crush them today. Come on, we finally found somebody we can beat, Dave. We finally found somebody we can beat. And when we find somebody we can beat, we beat the pants off of them. We run into somebody we can't beat. I don't like, every time we. I'm talking about the San Diego Padres. I don't like saying we. All right. But Dave's here. So it was like talking to Dave. Okay, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who's hot with Ben Ruhala with a 4-0 day yesterday and plus 501 units. You know what it is with Ben. You're getting the underdogs. Great picks from Ben. And, I'm too conservative, certainly, with my approach. As aggressive as I am, what am I? Passive aggressive. That's exactly what I am. Everybody knows that. Daniel Wolasachuk, 3-0. Tony picks VIP won his only play. Hollywood Sam, Tiffany Mance, Jerry Lewis, two old ladies of bet consensus, Ruben Marlborough, Alec Moorhead. Makes me wonder actually if we're not having a little in my. Or maybe it was a light day, so maybe they did have a great performance from these guys if they were light. Ron Crawford 5-4, so maybe it is okay. I was just wondering if it was got all the results in there. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, because here over the last 7 days, Tiffany Mance 75%, Ben Ruhala is up almost 9.5 units. I'm up there certainly with 8.25 units over the last 7 days. Jerry Lewis up there, clicking in at 6.75 units, as is Bo Dunn. Last 30 days, it's Tony T, appropriately on top of the handicapper leaderboards here at Tony'sPicks.com, up nearly 15 units over the last 30 days. Check out Tony's Picks here on Tony'sPicks.com. Danny Dimes here, real strong, about 65%. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks, 13.5%. Jerry Lewis, 12.5%. Ruben Marlborough as well. Click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find the handicappers, and you can find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page. That's how you get signed up. I right now have a 5-pack of action, including daytime action from Major League Baseball, my top plays, and also my selection tonight in the NHL, a Wednesday 5-pack for just $25. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 25% off this week's. Boy, I cannot write very well. I have AI doing it. I have AI writing my. Anyways, there's my best plays today. I might have been half asleep when I was doing it. 5-pack, get my plays there. And I got the wrong logo. That's what it is. The wrong sport. Boy, there's no basketball game there. I'm going to have to fire the social media guy. There we go. Now it's a hockey puck. All right. Thanks for listening to that, everybody. There we go. Boom. And check me out. That's how you support me here at Tony'sPicks.com, coming on here and doing the show. But check out all the handicappers, the ones that are hot over at Tony's Picks. Check out their plays. Check out the leaderboards. See who's hot. If you're doing well, awesome. And hopefully I'm going to give you some free picks right now, up and down the line here. As we get ready for today's action. Any other news you guys wanted to cover? The one soccer match before we get rolling, maybe on this other stuff. I don't know. I do not have a selection, but I'm sure that we're talking about Europa League conference playoff, Olympiacos and Fiorentina. I would think maybe is our featured attraction here in this one in the playoff final. So I do know I would think that maybe it'll be lower scoring early, and then maybe the goal or two. Who knows? I think it feels like low score, and I'd almost want to go under in the first half, and maybe I don't know. I would just think it will be under first half. It feels like to me. All right. Any other comments here before we get rolling? Okay, Twisted. Thank you for that. I want to try to figure that out. I always love something like that. I mean, the thing is, Ramon Scott, uh, I have a complex rating system that kind of includes a lot of rating systems. I like to include other rating systems in my rating system and kind of weight them together. And so, of course, my rating system gets the highest rating. All right. Let's get rolling here now with some other news. Angel Hernandez. We didn't cover that yesterday, right? Did we cover that yesterday? Angel Hernandez retiring? Yeah, I think we did. Let me find my tabs here. I'm just trying to make conversation while I find the tabs to get the show. Also, how about Josh? Josh Gibson has surpassed Ty Cobb as the all-time batting average leader in Major League history, and also the most productive, highest batting average in one season ever. When the statistics from Negro leagues and other major organizations were merged with Major League Baseball yesterday officially. Josh Gibson is now the all-time batting average leader in the history of. Ty Cobb was a jerk, anyways, and by all accounts, by statisticians and statistical forensic experts, if you will, because not everything could be reconstructed, so it didn't get included. But if everything could be reconstructed, by most arguments, those leagues were on the equal, the playing, the compatibility. The only thing the difference was maybe the length of season there. So they started to think once Major League Baseball played the shortened season in the COVID year that they could, start to reevaluate a little bit using the 3.1 plate appearances model and everything. So the record book is undergoing a dramatic change, and this is a way to remember all those great players and their statistics from the past. And these will be official. You could put your own asterisk, but that's not the way it's going to be. All right, let's get rolling here with the show. 1K Protection Firm, hello. Let's roll with the hockey game today, you guys, and start off with this one with Dallas taking on the Oilers here tonight in Edmonton. And, what can you say, man? The Dallas, let me get one more steam play out here real quick in Major League Baseball, just coming across before I get going a little bit on this important game. But right now, Boston and Baltimore, we're seeing a move to the under here with Crawford and Burns in the afternoon game today. In this one, man, that was already kind of a direction that I was going to be looking at here with you guys. It was already teetering on 7.5 over for the most part, or 8 under, and I think we're going to see mostly 7.5s now in this one between Boston and Baltimore, and that's kind of the way that I was going to be looking as the under. So let me just give that out right now as my play for the show. I'll put my little confirmed by it. That was, what I was going to go with once we reach that point, and just better get it out there right now. Because this one's on the move at circa 7.5 under 20 already. So already not only are the 8 unders getting heavily pressed on, like at Bet Online where it's 8 under 27, but 7.5 under at this point with Crawford and Burns. Maybe we get a little weather report from the guys in the chat here today in Baltimore. We do have it's Crawford and Burns, so certainly there is anticipation of strong pitching, especially from Burns. I'll take the under. Let's talk Oilers and Stars. Get it rolling with the show. A great job here, of course, right now by the Stars with their 2-1 lead at this point in control of the series. But Edmonton has the home game here, and they are favored in this one. And man, it still feels close. Dallas has the depth. I'm willing to admit it here. I just am. Maybe I'm overwhelmed by all the Edmonton Stars. No reason, to think that I could be swayed by the big names. I mean, we follow hockey in a day in, day out basis, so we shouldn't be overwhelmed by the great names and the great scoring at the top of the Edmonton uh, lines, if you will. But Dallas is proving true with the depth, and kind of that's how they're winning the games here necessarily. But man, this feels like the most important game in the history of the modern day Edmonton Oilers. I mean, this is a storied franchise, but it does feel like for this group together, this is such an important series. Not to, downplay Dallas's situation. And if anything, they feel like they're the younger team to a certain extent with their, top stars a little bit, but also getting the interesting play from the veterans as well. So, all right, let's maybe get a few notes on the game or get your comments and plays for our one playoff game tonight. No basketball, of course, but get your comments here this evening with these two. And Panger, we're talking a little basketball in there. I probably should have covered it a little bit more with the results from last night, but here's Dave. He likes the under in the game tonight. Brent thinks the Stars should win it. Dallas is so good on the road. I mean, they're really tearing it up on the road right now. The I If I wanted to make a case here for Edmonton, I might actually have a problem, right? Because maybe I'm looking to Edmonton because of the such a big game for this team, the home ice. Maybe they can even it up. Maybe we're going 7, so they've got to find a win here. But Dallas 14-2 in their last 16 on the road, and they've won the game 5 of the last 7 trips here, I believe, into Edmonton. If Dallas has won, they're 5-2 straight up the last 7 in here. So really just kind of need one type of performance. I mean, I'm almost feel like we're like if I do go with them, I'd be going against the trend a little bit. But Jeff and I've got to go over here, right? And look, I would almost say that Edmonton would probably benefit best from an under, right? Because at home, you would think that you could feel like, hey, we're invincible at home and we're the greatest offense around, man, and we can score. But if you're Edmonton, don't you think, hey, we can be more solid in the back because we know that we can be strong up front with being at home, having a little bit of momentum. Let's make sure we never fall behind here. And a great point, yeah, Fernando. Hopefully, everything. There's no doubt right now. It's one thing that I was on my mind is, but if Thomas has a day off, thank goodness. I mean, this man is with us every single day. He's been such a blessing to me here, keeping things going when it's just me and him sometimes. So thank you for pointing that out. I hope he's around today. Hopefully you're out there, Thomas. All right, and here's Fernando on the over. And great job, Chad, yesterday. Yeah, Chad, I head on over to Chad's picks because Ramon had a first losing day of the season for Ramon on the WNBA. So I better get it right tonight. I've already made some picks here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So Dave says, why not Stars with the under? I think that's what you were saying, right, Dave? Stars under for sure. Why not Stars with the under? right? Because to me, I think we think of Edmonton as a team with all the scoring power, and that Dallas plays in more defense. Maybe they have the more solid goaltending. I think that also can be considered. But they're on the road here, so Edmonton though. Why can't they ever get the momentum right now in these big games a little bit, right? So, Chad, the challenge was um, the sky and the storm, and I still wanted to take those points. I'm the one rating the sky apparently too high right now, but the storm also looking pretty darn good. We've talked about him pretty much. So, all right. So I'm going to go over here as well. I think it's just that to me, it feels like Edmonton can win either type of game, and that Dallas certainly prefer to go 3-2 and try to make sure that Edmonton doesn't get that lead, right? So Dallas, that plays into Dallas's hands, and maybe that's why they're in command here a little bit in this series. Wilson, hello, welcome. So I don't know if you want to, talk about personnel, break it down. Chad, go ahead and leave your picks. WNB is at the end of the show, so if you want to leave your best play and um, go on, go ahead. I'll send people over to my videos. Maybe I took all sides, so I think I'm going to give out all totals after I lost a premium too yesterday. So thanks, Chad, for giving us the action here with the Minnesota Lynx tonight against Las Vegas. Yeah, Brent, but that's right. But you know what? And I think that's the feeling here. But to me, I just feel like the pressure of this, and if anything, it feels like for Edmonton, sometimes the pressure isn't the best situation. It feels like, right? I wish it wasn't so much pressure right now, that they could be a little bit looser, because it could be something that is actually hampering them a little bit. I don't mean to overanalyze it out here. You really just need to go out there and perform. They have all the talent in the world to do it, and they make it yet look so very difficult, actually. But actually, the Dallas Stars are making it look difficult for them. If you look right now where we stand, right, who maybe a little bit unfair to say with Dallas having the lead at this point, but the Dallas Stars favored to win the Stanley Cup here at this point, basically at about 3-2. Right now, Florida Panthers 2.5-1, Rangers 3 plus 325, and Edmonton the long shot now at plus 450. All right, I'll take the over tonight. Let's get to Major League Baseball. This is a great card, starting with a really nice pitching matchup. And let's get into it with the Pirates coming in here against the Tigers. This should be terrific. Terrific doubleheader. Everybody's looking forward to this one. And we'll talk about the other game kind of in order here. So we won't go back. Maybe we should, because it's such a good doubleheader. Detroit maybe a little bit short on the back end of the pitching, but I know we're all talking about with Paul Skeens pitching game 2, but real good pitching matchup here in game 1 as well, with the Pirates and the Tigers, with the Tigers favored, of course, with Tariq Skubal, but you still get Jones here, a real good pitcher. And look, there have been maybe a couple of 6.5s this year by the time a game has gone off, right? And here's one of them. So you can see what odds makers and bettors are thinking of this game here with Skubal and Jones. Now, I think, doubleheaders in general, day games in general, you kind of can sometimes just blindly slice off a quarter run to a half a run in some of the games, but because you expect sometimes personnel to be out, but dealing with 2 high quality pitchers here too right now, especially in Skubal, and all the returns super positive, of course, right now with Jones. Jones has a 3.24 ERA in his last 4 starts. Pirates are just 3-6 with Jones. For the Pirates, for the Tigers, Skubal 2.23 in his last 6 starts. He's got a 4-1 record in those 6 starts. Detroit 7-3 with Skubal. Tigers are 8-2 to the over with Skubal, and they are 13-5 to the over. I'm going to end up on Skubal here. I really like Jones, obviously, but Pittsburgh, yeah, they've won 6 of their last 10. Detroit, though, now has won 3 straight, and I'm gonna grab Detroit here as a favorite. Look, I like Jones, just not sure Pittsburgh. They went through such a little bit of a skid there, winning games, and they got home, maybe did a little bit of damage, but back on the road here now in this doubleheader. I'm going to take Skubal here with the Tigers. The handicapper is going to be split here. There is support for Jones. In fact, there is sharp support for Jones. I almost feel a little bit square here because the Sharps, and they've been good in this spot, they seem to like the Pirates. A lot of times I might tail them here, especially on a dog, but I'm not gonna be able to. I can't get there right now. All right. Dave talking about the WNBA in there. I tough to say if they'll grow their audience. They just set their record for Dave talking about. They did just set their all-time record for their most watched game ever, and they have sold more tickets than they ever have before. So I would say that a growth of audience is highly likely. Let's see here. Fiddle looking forward to this one. Dave says it will be a split. And Dave also likes the Tigers in the second game. I'll be covering that just a few minutes. Tigers in the under. Here's Bobby Smith. Likes the over, but protection. Over first 5. Sorry about that. And the 1K protection firm has the under. I love 1K protection firm. I don't know what it is, but it's probably something I need or want. And I will take Detroit. I have to lay a little bit here with Skubal. I understand that. And hey, I like Jones. Maybe under is the call. It just feels a little dirty at 6.5. Feels like everybody's kind of onto it here. And if I were to do it, I'd probably have to buy it up just a little bit. So I don't know if I could give it out at 6.5 over 25 or even whatever 7 under 35 is. All right, we continue on with daytime action at 1:10 Eastern, 10:10 Pacific with the Reds at home with Frankie Montas going up against the Cardinals. And this is Palante. He's an opener here in this one, Andre Palante. He talk that he could, develop here into, into a starter. I mean, the Cardinals need a 5th starter for sure. I mean, the job is open, and here Montas favored $1.15, $1.20 at a few spots here coming in against the Cardinals, who are playing well. I almost want to say because it feels like we've been. And any team can have a good run, but it feels like the Cardinals have been in a 1.5 year long slump. And this is about as good as it's been getting here for the Cardinals right now. So don't want to downplay their good streak here, winning 11 of the last 14. But the Reds have won 4 of their last 5 games, playing well here. Montas has a 5.82 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 6 of 9 starts. He's also the Reds are 1-6 with Montas here in coming into this one. Man, I kind of want to take the Reds here, but I'm probably going to just end up on the over. Montas 6-3 to the over so far, and this Cardinal team into a bullpen game today. Look at where they stand in this one, coming off the game yesterday. I mean, Cardinals did turn in the win in an under. I'm gonna stick with this one. I'm gonna go over. It's 9.5, pretty much everywhere it feels like right now. So can't do it as a premium. I would probably go over as a premium if it was lower, and I was expecting a little bit lower here, but I understand. I think we might have the no, okay. Kerry Carpenter hits the injured list here for the Tigers today. He'll go to the 10-day disabled list. A little bit of news coming in. All right, just give me the over here in this one. We've already seen some support from cappers, I think, on the Cards. I'm gonna end up on the over here with the Cardinals and the Reds in this one. Kind of suspect starting pitching here, the way Montas has been going. Luis is on the Cards. Fernando, uh, big number here. He'll stay under. Darren on the Cards. Reds and over here for Twisted. Cards and over for Angelo. Great to have you again. Darren says under. Fiddle under. Dave says over in this one. So a lot of opinion on the total there. I thought I was the one. I kind of, I've said before, I kind of give totals out because everyone gives out sides. It gives me a little bit of maybe a few more eyeballs. I don't know. And I like totals. But Fangers here giving out the Cards. And I don't think I'm going to be on a premium now in that one on the side. So let's take a look at this. Oh, there's Dane Dunning. Yeah, they fooled me yesterday, but here's Dane Dunning here today. The Rangers yesterday, of course, ended up with Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. So, look, the Rangers are struggling. Maybe these guys can get them back going a little bit. Try to get this situation going back in the right direction right now. Taking on an Arizona team, they are favored here in this one, going up against Nelson. For Dunning, 6 ERA in his last 3 starts. Rangers have lost 13 of their last 15. They do win for Dunning. He gets run support. 5-3 are the Rangers. They've gone over in 4 of the last 6 Dunning starts. I'm expecting much more from Dunning in this spot against Arizona on the road, and likewise for Nelson. Nelson has a 7.24 ERA in his last 3 starts. Arizona has gone under in 4 straight, man. I'm expecting a better pitching performance from these two guys today, and a number just looks high there, and I've got a typo, but don't have Thomas here to tell me when I have a typo. So these guys are definitely struggling. Arizona's dropped 3 of their last 4. I just wonder, I have questions about the bats. Rangers have gone under in 11 of their last 14 games. So I know the pitchers have crummy stats. It just, to me, I believe they will have a better outing here, and I believe the teams are in position to have better pitching in this game. Let's see what we got here. A few more picks here with the Diamondbacks. Justin wants to go over in this one. And Dave rooting for the Rangers here. Hello and welcome to Randy Poss. Welcome, Randy. Nice to have you. All right. I'm throwing the numbers out the window here, and I'm going to take the under in this one, under 9, with Arizona and the Rangers. Maybe I could sell you on the trends of the teams rather than the pitchers in this one. And here's Luis on the Diamondbacks. All right, the Phillies and the Giants. Pretty good ball game here with the way the Giants have been playing of late. And Phillies have been great, of course. So a really hot marquee matchup here, afternoon baseball. For Philadelphia, Sanchez, a 2.52 ERA in his last 4 starts. Phillies are just 1-4 on the road with Sanchez. Phils have dropped 4 of 5 now, and they're heading out here again. Been out here, I figure, after yesterday's game as well. We had the Giants here on the show in that bizarre game, 1-0 in 10 innings. You don't see that. Well, maybe you do see that nowadays, right? Let them play. Those ghost runners are just messing with the whole game, ruining a good game out here. Right? They must really give a lot of credit to these pitchers coming out of the bullpen, like they can deal for 5 innings. Okay, once in a while, maybe, but fix it, baseball. Fix our extra innings. Maybe, in Japan, if you play 12 innings, it's a tie. Maybe you can go to the ghost runner in the 12th inning. How about that? All right, enough of that. Harrison, a 4.5 ERA in his last 4 starts, but the Giants are 7-1 with Harrison over the last 8 starts. So they win with Harrison. They've been winning lately. They've won 10 of 12. They're 17-10 at home right now. Giants have gone over in 11 of their last 15. Phillies have gone over in 9 of their last 14. But I'm throwing the stats out the window. I got 2 left-handers in a day game here. I'm going to end up on the under in this one with these 2 pitchers. Panger's on the San Francisco money line, and here's Twisted says Giants win and under. Dave says do not underestimate these Giants. They've been hot for sure, and I don't want to see these Giants heating up. Justin says take the Giants and take the team total over. Angelo's on the Phillies here. I'll take the under. Sanchez and Harrison. All right. Here we go. That second game, I think we do have, it's Montero for the Tigers. Let me put the right pitcher in here in this one. All right, here we go. Got Ahudas Montero, and he spells his name without an I. All right, there we go. I think I got it. And Paul Skeens, by the way. All right, there we go. Pretty big favorite here. Hey, good, like I said, good doubleheader. We make fun of doubleheaders. This feels like a pretty good one. It's between the Pirates and the Tigers. How about that? That's great. So I'm going to take every opportunity I can to get on a YouTube video and take Paul Skeens, and I'll just accept my punishment if he does not come through. Did the Pirates blow it last game with Skeens with the bullpen? Yes. Could they blow it here today? Of course. They were at home facing a better team, I think. I'm going to go with the Pirates, of course. Here, Skeens a 2.25 ERA in those 3 starts so far. They did lose that last game, but he's been pretty as advertised, if not better, so far. Only 3 strikeouts last game. Everybody was hitting that K prop. Going on the road, maybe it won't be overwhelming, but it still feels like you're going to get your money's worth with this guy right now. So I'm probably not going to balk at taking $1.45 on the road. The guy looks like he could mow down on any given notice. You can't falsify the speed gun, right? Okay, here comes Tigers and over for Twisted. And Dave's here's Fiddle says he likes this one to go over. I think. So I'm just going to take the Pirates. Come on. I'm going to take Paul Skeens every time right now if I'm going to be on YouTube, and I'm not even going to worry about giving out a bunch of numbers here. This is a bullpen game, by the way, with Montero for the Tigers. Tigers have been pretty good, certainly, in the bullpen, but maybe you want to go Skeens first 5. I don't mind that. It's a product we deal here at Tony'sPicks.com. I just prefer. I know a lot of people love those first 5s. I've been getting requests to deal the first 5s on here. Maybe include them as part of the show, but Again, I just prefer the longer sample size in every bet I make. That's what makes one-day test cricket so good to bet. Or I just want more of a sample of the game. I just feel like there is a better chance to pick the result. Okay. Yeah. It looks like, we already knew he was can't miss, but you never know, right? Until you see it happen. And then you wonder, you hope don't say any injuries or anything. Marlins are taking on the Padres today. I've already gave you my play in this one. It's on the under here. I'm sorry, it's on the Padres. We reported to you the widely reported steam at the beginning of the show on the under. That's what we did. I've got the Padres to continue to roll the Marlins at this point. It's a team that they, seem to have a pretty good holdover here in this series. So I expect it to continue. They had the knuckleballer out there throwing 7 innings yesterday. And then, of course, their newfound superstar in the bullpen who set a major league record with 13 consecutive strikeouts. And not only that, the most impressive thing about his record was the fact that they all swung at the third pitch. So the Padres have immediately one of the top they already thought they had a closer, and now they have one of the elite. Now here's the thing, and look, I'm excited, as excited as the next guy for Jeremiah Estrada. He's Southern California kid. Had the surgery, so anything can happen once you find yourself, and now you got a rubber band for your elbow, and that's great. But I always worry about players that just show up out of nowhere and all of a sudden are elite players like Mr. Estrada is showing. There's flash in the pan, and then there's 13 consecutive swinging strikeouts. So, the Padres have had their own issues sometimes with players and, incredible talents. Hopefully that's not the case. Maybe they've found the next incredible closer to add to their legacy of closers or whatever his role is. Obviously, right now, you're going to switch things around to put this guy in position at this point. Doesn't feel like it's some type of fake situation. I'm skeptical as the next guy, but I'm a Padres fan. I'm willing to roll with it. There we go. Padres sweep, said Dave. Here's Twisted. Padres and under. So, anyways, Jeremiah Estrada, major league record, 13 consecutive strikeouts. He didn't believe it, right? So, guy just basically, there was nothing really to note that he was going to be a special talent. His guys had to work to get back from, some surgery and all that. So sometimes when you're rehabbing, you take additional steps. Luis might go with under in this game. So, and then you'll worry about the consequences later, right? Especially if you get my drift. Just go out there and do what you need to do. Your career is heading nowhere. In fact, you might be out of baseball if you don't turn your career around. So, all right, Dave, I hear you. He's slick. But there was nothing on his resume to indicate that he was going to do this. Granted, when you get that surgery, anything's possible. Sometimes you find within yourself, and hey, there's always a chance that rubber band snaps. Man, okay, here we go. I'm on the Padres to roll. What am I complaining about? The Padres run line here in this one. There's the Dodgers and the Mets. I tell you what, there are cappers out there on the Mets today. I guess those are the guys that don't watch the games. There are sharps on the Mets today. Remember, I was on the Mets yesterday. Oh, look at me. I'm on the Mets. I mean, you'll never go against the Dodgers. I never do. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Here's a spot. It's a doubleheader. look at who the Dodgers are, throwing out there in these games. I mean, no offense. I mean, look, Glass now. Hey, we didn't want him. You guys take him. Here I am saying we again. Padres didn't want him. Dodgers got him. That's fine. Then coming in second game, you got Gavin Stone in there. Everybody's like, uh, you know, uh, fade Quintana. Quintana went out there, gave up that first inning run. I guess it was only 3-0, but I'm taking the Dodgers here. What, are you kidding me? Well, give me the under on the show here. I keep blurting out my picks. I've got the under in this one with Paxton and Peterson as my official play here on the show. Ignore what I just said. I love you, Dodgers. Dodger blue forever. And the Sharps, no, I'm not kidding though. I've seen cappers. It might be mixed. It might be split a little bit, but the moves have been coming in here on the Mets. You see the line; it's still relatively respectable, right? $1.22 at Bet Online, and circa it is up to $1.30 at DraftKings. And this is for a team, the Dodgers yesterday. They were laying $2 with Glass now against McGill in that opener, right? And then they were the line on the I gave out Quintana, and if I would have had the line right on the morning show, I blew that. I mean, I'm supposed to be like an amateur odds maker here. And I totally flubbed the line up, and I didn't even think twice yesterday when we were talking about the Dodgers in game 2. I think we were saying they were like a one. Go back. I might even go back and look at the video. I think I had them as a $1.65 favorite on the video, like I saw some line or I was estimating or something. The line, and in game 2 they went off at $1.27, and here they are $1.25, and I'm going to take the Dodgers. Anyways, I'll take the under as my official play on the show. A little bit of editorial there. Paxton does suck. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Mets, Jeff, the Mets, they're world beaters, man. Let me tell you, these Mets are good. Have you ever seen these guys? Did you see them yesterday? They had the game-winning play right there. And there's another one where I sweated out and got lucky, actually, to win an under. It was 2-0. It was 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, ninth inning. It had to sweat out an under because the Mets couldn't execute a basic little league infield play that anybody with a little basic training could have figured out. So really ticked off at the Mets, costing me a few video plays yesterday and a little bit of money. And why would I ever bet against my beloved Dodgers? All right. Give me the under though here as my official play here on the show. Oh, I'm getting all excited. Oh, you guys have me really fired up here for this baseball card. Red Sox and Orioles here. I already talked about this one taking steam here to the under early on, and well, that's what I'm on already. So I've missed the best price. Not going to be a premium here. Maybe there's Cutter Crawford issues coming in. To this one. I'm sure the Orioles probably a good spot to roll here. Maybe have a hard time considering laying the run line with the Orioles, but I'll probably just take the under as my play just to be sure. Crawford, a 5.32 ERA in his last 4 starts. Burns is being Burns. I know everybody's jealous because, he went off to, I don't know, doesn't feel like basically greener pastures, but Baltimore's crushing right now. We know Milwaukee's pretty good, but Baltimore's 7-4 with Burns. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They're 18-11 at home so far this season. With Crawford, Boston's 3-8 right now, and they've lost 4 of their last 5. Boston's gone under in 5 of their last 8. I'm going to take the under in this one at 7.5. I'm probably going to get on Baltimore somehow. Maybe I can dial up -1 run here. Maybe I'll lay a little bit of run line. What do we got? We've got O's and under here for Twisted. And Dave said the Red Sox struggled with the Brewers. All right. Got my play in. You guys got anything here? I'm going under. I feel like I want to go. I'm gonna take Baltimore here for a little double play action. That's what I'm gonna do. Give them to me on the run line. I'm gonna take Baltimore run line and the under. I'm really excited today, as you could tell. Dave says the Orioles take this one. Yeah, and I don't want to lay the run line here, $1.90 or whatever it is. All right, next up, Athletics and the Rays here with Ryan Pepio. Here's $1.80. Man, don't want to get too involved with that either, but it doesn't feel like a great situation here for the Athletics in this one with Estes on the mound right now. Haven't been looking too good, quite honestly. For Pepio right now, let me see. These numbers are pretty decent. 3 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's 2-0 in those starts. Rays are just 2-4 with Pepio at home. Rays are struggling, having lost 7 of 8, and the A's have won 4 of their last 7, but they've lost 8 of their last 9 on the road. There's a lot of weird things going on here in this one. Estes, a 7.47 ERA in his last 3 starts, but can Tampa find a big victory here to cover a run line? Man, just doesn't feel like a great spot for Oakland, but the price on Tampa is really, really hard for me to swallow here. But probably just going to take Tampa as a free play on the show. Even I'm not sure on the total yet. Seeing some unders, seeing some cappers on the under here. I don't know if I want to necessarily do it yet. It feels like it might blow up late, possibly here. Rays win an under for Twisted. All right. And Darren, he's got a Nerfy here. We've got our first Darren Nerfy. Darren Nerfy. I wonder if we could make because Darren's the king of the Nerfy, and Darren Nerfy. It's not necessarily alike, but we can make like some type of alliterative nickname for Darren's Nerfies. I'll think of it. All right. Dave says easy win for the Rays. The Athletics are trash. Oh. For Oakland, let's see. Estes, he's allowed to run in the first inning in 1 of 3 starts. Pepio is allowed to run in the first inning in 3 of 8 starts. The A's are 10 of 56. That's pretty trashy for runs in the first inning, definitely below average. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay, 15 for 55. That's pretty average, I'd say. So I'm going to take the Rays on the run line today. If Dave says the A's are trash, they're obviously going to get crushed by the Rays, even though the Rays are 3 games under 500. And the A's have won 22 Major League Baseball games this season, 23 now, 23 Major League Baseball games this season. I'll take the Rays on the run line. On the run line. Can't be totally excited about every game. I'm excited about this one here because I want to see what Schwellenbach here is going to do for the Braves, other than make me order more ink to print out my sheet every day. He's a prospect here, former 2-way player at the University of Nebraska, has made a rapid rise. Here's another one, Dave. Rapid rise here. Rather, accuse my own franchise of something than some other franchise. But here's a guy who's pitching, basically low level, got promoted quickly to AA, dominated AA, skips over AAA to get here to this spot. But the Braves need a pitcher today here in this spot. I mean, they keep going through these guys a little bit, and then they get injuries, and Now they're having to stretch them even a little bit more thin, but these are the Braves. So I just figure they've found another pitcher. This guy is a great athlete, two-way player at Nebraska, had the surgery, I believe. So got a great, crazy arm. They'll probably just mow him down here. His numbers have been actually off the charts at Double-A. As you coming up to Major League, skipping over Triple-A, probably will end up back at with the Braves. You figure he's going to come in and probably have a fine performance. Figure somebody who hasn't been seen that probably has major league stuff the way it looks like, because those numbers were so dominating at Double-A. It's not like he just had above average numbers. Apparently they were really strong. So going to take the Braves here as a favorite. Pretty tough to go with this first-time starter, never pitch above Double-A, and lay $1.65 here probably now at this point. But I'm going to do it. I don't know if the line's trying to tell me something, but still the totals I get 8.5 over. So what is it going to be? What do we probably rough up Mackenzie Gore? Is that what they're saying? I mean, we know Gore has been pretty decent this year. We have not much of an issue necessarily with Gore. 2.79 ERA in his last 3 starts, but the Nationals have lost 11 of their last 16. And again, Schwellenbach. It was only 2 starts, but he mowed him down in his low levels too. His big time K rate and all that. So the 23-year-old comes in here with actually very little professional experience. He's $1.65 favorite against the Washington Nationals, because sometimes guys just appear out of nowhere and are awesome apparently. And maybe Mr. Schwellenbach, who all of a sudden is showing major league talent out of nowhere, is going to be the man, one of the guys here. So, all right, don't want to keep on harping on some of this. Braves still are the massive under team. Don't forget. I know I was starting to talk about those overs yesterday, but here we are again after 11 unders, or maybe even 12 yesterday if you got that good number on that push. 11 or 12 unders yesterday. Braves have gone under in 14 of 17 now. Nationals under in 4 of 6. Gore under in 7 of 9 starts. Here comes Super Schwellenbach. He's got that Schweppervescence. And I'll take the Braves here to win just on the money line here. And let's see how we do with Mr. Schwellenbach. His name is going to go on the back of the jersey. Schwellenbach. All right. Yeah, Jeff, what did I miss? What did I get wrong here? I had a winner. I had one winner in the WNBA yesterday. It was the LA Sparks, and that was even a bit of an issue. They won the game against Indiana. Indiana shouldn't be favored over anybody, though, right? Isn't that what somebody said already here in the chat? I think that's where I got that one. Here's Fernando on an over. Braves winning under, says Twisted. And how about Phoenix? I called for Phoenix yesterday in that game. Phoenix was 1 for 27. Did I say that in the monologue? 1 for 27 from 3-point range. A world record 3%. Fiddlehead on the Nationals, Jeff on the Nationals. Dave says Braves are famous for pitching, right, Dave? They just pull the guys out of nowhere, right? Smith, Shawver, whoever they got. And here they've got Schwellenbach. All right, the Cubs. We got our Imanaga sighting here, right? Let's get our Cubs guys in here. Let's get our Brewers guys in here. You don't need me to break down this one between the Cubs and the Brewers. Even our Cubs and Brewers fans are so gracious with each other, talking about our guys, because I don't know, they're kind of in default mode a little bit, knowing their team's strengths and weaknesses. Now, we know the strength of the Chicago Cubs is Imanaga. This guy's awesome. It doesn't seem like it's going to be ending just yet. here, even coming up against the Brewers for the first time anyway, right? Especially for the first time. Imanaga in these 9 starts, first time around the lineup, they've got it's like a 113 on base percentage, uh, you know, first 9 guys. So doesn't look overpowering, doesn't look overwhelming. He's got a Hideo Nomo-esque type of uh, vibe to him, crafty. Under 8-1, 1-8 with Imanaga starts are all going under. He's won 8 of 9 starts. Cubs are struggling. We get that. Wilson looks pretty decent here, 2.39. ERA in his last 5 games. He's gone under in all 6 of his starts. You put these 2 pitchers together, they've gone under in 14 of 15 starts. I'm giving out the under here. I feel like it's a premium. It's all the way down here. I mean, people are expecting the great pitching in this one. Well, it's still 8 under 20 at Bovada. Maybe I did that yesterday. I think that was the game I talked about exactly on the air with this one, right? Where I was like, I'm going to do it again. I'm getting the half a run. So I better just go on the air here. The Cubs and the Brewers, I got screwed yesterday with that game. That's a terrible way to handicap. You should stick with it. But hey, let's just also say maybe we're giving out some winners here. Cubs have gone under in 15 of their last 23. Brewers have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. I just worry about Imanaga and going out there and mowing them down. The Cubs finding a way to lose the game. So maybe I don't want to lay it with them. It does feel like the way this guy's going that maybe this price isn't too bad. The way he can pitch, the way as long as he can last. I don't feel like it's a terrible option here at $1.30 or so. All right, let's get it going here with some of the picks in this one because this is another great game people are talking about today. Cubs win. No, Cubs win and under 7.5. Cubs are a lock, says Brewers man Jeff today because we love the Imanaga. We love Imanaga. Here's an under for Fernando. Dave says Council. It's been right. You bring it on yourself, but you know what? You do what's right for your. We know guys get paid too, right? I almost feel for the guy because as a player, didn't we kind of he was a regular everyday kind of guy. Didn't we all like Greg Council? We still do in a way. I know that he's a little bit of a lightning rod as a manager right now, but as the type of utility, yeah, he was a starter a lot too, mostly, but he could had such versatility. I think we think of, and we liked Council as a player. It feels like. All right. Give me the under though in this one. I'm gonna be giving. I feel like that's a good play. I feel like that's strong, man. And maybe I'll still, I think you know where I'm going. I don't know if I can get to a premium with that price, even at that price. It does look like a discount though. Anything off $1.40-ish, maybe. Hey, I don't know if you guys are Major League Baseball fans, but this looks like a really good game right here. The Royals and the Twins with good pitching maybe in store here in this one. This one's a hot play of handicappers. They're kind of on the Royals, but there is plenty of support for the Twins too. This is just a popular play among handicappers really coming into this one. And with Lugo here, definitely one of the best pitchers in the league. I don't know. I just use statistics kind of to determine who the good pitchers are. Yeah, I guess I could go with some of the big names, but that might leave me missing guys like Lugo. 1.74 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's 8-3, or the Royals are 8-3 with Lugo here. The Royals have won 8 of their last 11. The Twins have won 6 of their last 7. Ober has a 4 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's really gotten roughed up against Kansas City in his career. 8 starts, a 7.24 ERA. Meanwhile, Lugo against the Twins, 3 career starts, 1.80 the ERA. You know I'm going under in this one. I expect good pitching. Royals have been going over. They've gone over in 7 of their last 9, but the Twins have gone under in 11 of their last 15, and they're at home here. And Ober's gone under in 6 of his last 9, and Lugo has gone under in 6 of his last 8. So I'm going to go under in this one. I kind of want to play the Twins, but I'm just worried about some of the head-to-head matchups here in this one, and having to lay the price on the Twins, which maybe could rate more of an even game. Remember, the Royals still have the better record right now, and it looks like they have the slightly better starting pitching here. And lots of opinions with this one. And it's twisted here. He says Twins win and under. Here's Fernando. We're missing Thomas today, guys, aren't we? Here's Fernando on the Royals. Luis on the Royals. Fiddlehead on the under. Curtis says, I've got a Nerfy here, and I'm leaning towards Kansas City. Lugo is allowed a run in the first inning in just 1 of 11 starts. He's really good that first time through, but I will mention Ober, 5 for 10. That's pretty bad. Not many going to have that poor of a record, 5 for 10, allowing a run in the first inning here. For Kansas City, they've scored a run in the first inning in 18 of 56. It's going to be a little bit above average. Minnesota, maybe slightly below average, 15 of 54 here. And here's Darren also with that Nerfy. And all right. I've got the under in this one, Royals and Twins. Blue Jays going to take on the White Sox with Alex Manoah. Alek Manoah going up here against Flexen and the Blue Jays. Big favorite here on the road. Yeah, maybe yesterday I thought I'd try to get cute with the White Sox. Maybe I learned my lesson, and I'm going to bounce back and just roll with this favorite here a little bit, and figure it probably going to have some runs scored. Maybe. I mean, the White Sox, it's kind of an issue sometimes with the White Sox, but you have Manoah, pardon me. Manoah here, 6.35 ERA in 4 starts right now. He's pitched well against Chicago in 3 career starts, a 2.41 earned run average for Flexen, a 9.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. The White Sox 2-7 with Flexen. They've lost 11 of 12 here. Things are going disastrous, of course, again for the White Sox, who are 10-20 at home. Flexen has gone over in 6 of his last 7 starts, so I'm going to end up here. I'm going to do another double play. I'm going to wager on the Blue Jays on the run line and the over. I'm going to just add one play coming into the show, but I'm going to go over. Give me Toronto run line and the over in this one. I wanted to kind of go over as a premium, but kind of worried about the White Sox scoring enough runs here maybe to make it go over. This feels like a spot where maybe Manoah can find a little bit and get his numbers down, have a better start here against a team that he's fared well against, as I said. So here is what do we got? Blue Jays winning under from Twisted. Twisted, you're doing a great job today in the chat. Thank you. Doubles, that's fine. You take care of yourself. Get those premiums in. Get us some winners. And here's J-Man. Curtis says, give me Jays team total over. And Fernando, so maybe it is, but I feel like I'm doing that White Sox thing here again. It just feels really bad. It feels kind of naughty. But man, this White Sox situation is deplorable. All right, I just saw Owens Jabeur advance here, and it looks like, we're still. I just want to take a peek at maybe what's going on. I think we're still in a rain delay. Yeah, we're still in a rain delay, so we got another indoor match here coming up with Zavera with Rublev going up here against Pedro Martinez. So, all right, Curtis, I got two today so far. That's the first time I've had two double plays on the baseball show on the baseball card. Panger. All right, Blue Jays laid the run line. Darren did. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving here with another good matchup. Oops. More good matchups. Actually, not a good matchup. I'll get to the good matchups. Here's the Guardians taking on the Rockies, and the Guardians have met their match, haven't they? It feels like with the Guardians here. Now, granted, yesterday's game wasn't quite what we anticipated. What did I have here? Rockies on the run line ended up being, oh gosh, what was the score? 13-7, but they did get rocked, and it went way over here. I think whenever you see these totals kind of moving along to the high side, and that's when they start to end up going over again. So Guardians had a field day. I didn't mean to say it like that. The Guardians did anything for us. They just scored 7 runs. That's all. And we're kind of into some late May. It feels like some late May Colorado action is what it feels like to me. So even with left-handers here, I'm probably going to test this one and go over with Cleveland and Colorado. Total currently sitting right now at 11, pretty much everywhere. Was 10.5. It's moved slightly higher. I don't feel confident enough, having seen enough Colorado games. I've still been going under a little bit, but just look at what's happened here in this series. I think we're going to have an over game with the Guardians and the Rockies today. It's more than a feeling, I would think, if you look at some of the numbers specifically for these two. You have Block. He has a 6 ERA in his last 5 starts. Rockies have gone over in 9 of their last 13. Cleveland's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Logan Allen has been good, no doubt, with a 1.53 ERA, getting lots of run support, however, and we're in Colorado, and if the Guardians are hitting, I would think it could go over for Allen and all of his decent numbers of late. He has gone over in 9 of 11 starts this season, so give me the over here in this one with the Guardians and the Rockies today. I'd rather talk about maybe these other 2 games. Cleveland, man, 13 of 15. So I would think these bats might continue to roll. Oh, here's your comments on it. Thank you. I kind of missed it. Hi, Tyrone. Nice to have you as always. Here's Twisted says Guardian wins and under with the 20 runs. Yeah, he might have been correcting me there. I might have said something else. And Fiddlehead said way over again. Luis on the Rockies. I almost want to try the Rockies just because of maybe volatility will be up. But the way the Guardians exploded yesterday, I'm not sure. Panger here. And Darren said Guardians. Yeah, I kind of want to take the Guardians and probably just in pocket. I don't know if I could even lay it on at that price and the volatility of the Rocky games. But man, Cleveland on a roll doesn't feel like might be something worth a play for me here. I can only give out so many double plays. How about the Yankees and Yeel? Yeel's been really good, man. Yeel's been something to watch here of late with some of his numbers. And, well, maybe with Anderson, we could get a nice pitching matchup here. I want to think we can. Gills is certainly fun to watch right now, but a 0.59 ERA in his last 5 starts, and the Yankees are 8-2 with Gil. But also note you have Anderson here, 2.08 ERA in his last 3 starts coming into this one. So Angels here have gone over in 11 of their last 16 games, but these pitchers have been good. Now, Gil definitely pitches like really lights out at home. On the road, a little bit more, I don't want to say even more average, yes, but still below average. It feels like more towards like a 3 ERA to a certain extent. The Yankees clicking here with 19 wins in their last 26 games, and not to mention 19-11 currently on the road. Pretty big number, though, here against Anderson, who is pitching pretty good. And well, the Angels are 2-2 at home with Anderson, even though they're 7-19 at home overall. So kind of tough to kind of want to even recommend doing anything with the Angels here with this, because Yield's been so solid at this point. So kind of trying to find a spot to maybe try the Yankees again here. But let's see what your comments are. And here's Twisted Yankees win and under. And Luis says, give me the Yankees on the run line. And Justin's been typing in. A good thing Justin's only talking to his friend to come in, or the delivery man, and not to anybody else that might be coming in at 10:30 a.m. on a Wednesday through the basement, or here's Curtis with a Nerfy here, and I was going to make some jokes there, but we don't have Thomas. I mean, I feel like Thomas is the one I make the jokes for because he's the only one that laughs. Here's Curtis with a Nerfy today in this one. Yield's actually 2 of 10, so I'd call that average, but 2 of 10, and so is Anderson. So I think these guys are average. New York here, 22 of 56. That's certainly right there amongst the tops in major leagues, if not the top first inning run producing team, man. That's pretty good at 40%. Pardon me. And meanwhile, for the Angels, 15 of 54. The Yankees team total over. Johnny Walker, hello. All right. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take the under in this one with the Yankees and the Angels with these two starters right now. I know the Yankees are starting to produce, man. And my numbers are saying take the Yankees, and I don't know if I can do it publicly. I think I would probably just do it by myself in a dark room with a bunch of TVs. And I'll just take the under, and kind of was leaning that way for a premium, and it says 8.5 under there on screen. I saw somebody, who was it, that it was Twisted, kind of said, hey, you know what, if I can get an 8.5 with Ramon's graphics on the screen, I'm going to do it. And I think you can still get 8.5. Maybe I'm just giving out another premium here. I was going to say it's 8 everywhere, but it's really 8 over 20 at Circa, but 8.5 under everywhere. Okay. I will take the under. Man, I really like this play all of a sudden, more so, but all right. Okay. I don't mind. I feel like I'm giving out good plays. I want to. I want people to see me make winning plays. Here's a good one to wrap us up. Astros and Verlander, Mariners and Kirby. In this one, you've got Verlander here, probably a little bit towards even money here at this point. The Mariners are just slightly favored everywhere you look. Maybe it's a pick 'em now at Bet Online in this one. With Verlander. Where do you stand in, Verlander getting back to, full strength? He's got a 3 ERA in his last 3 starts. Houston's 3-4 with Verlander right now. Kirby's starting to give it back for sure. 5 ERA in his last 4 starts right now. Seattle, though, has won 3 straight. They're 17-10 currently at home. Hey, I want you to check out Ron Crawford. He's got a video on this game today here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Check out Ron's video. Also, check out Steve Duncan's got a play in the NHL as well. I've got my WNBA plays up, but check out Ron. He's got a video pick in this game today between Houston and Seattle. All right, we'll get your plays here also, and I'll come in and give out my play. I'm actually going to be on the over in this game. I think maybe we might be thinking Seattle, some of these games at home, but I'm just going to get a little bit tricky here and give out the over, a little bit contrarian maybe in this one from what my contemporaries might be thinking. What do you have? Kirby's gone over in 3 of his last 4 starts. Verlander has gone over in 3 of his last 4 starts. We're definitely sitting on 7 here wherever you look. It's kind of juiced to the over now at a lot of places. I mean, Bovada's 7 flat. Now it just moved to 7 over 14 as soon as I spoke. And here comes a little bit of steam that I feel like I want to report to you. Give me my play right now. Astros and Mariners, I've got the over. All right, we're going to go back to it here real quick. It's on the Twins. They're taking steam right now. Ober's going up. He was $1.20 there on screen. He was $1.25 when we were talking about it on the preview. And right now he's $1.29 at Circa. So it looks like the Twins are getting hit here with a little bit of steam. I might have been missing an opportunity here to get the best price. I think I'm really considering the Twins here today too, and just know that they're really getting the action from these sharps at this point. This is still a reasonable price. This one might hit the card today. That's a look at baseball. And don't make any picks for the Twins there. We already did that game, of course, but Randy Poss is here. I don't know if that's. I mean, it probably is Randy Poss's real name. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with this name. It could be just a regular old name, but it felt like a Randy Moss type of, you know. And of course, I mean, when I think of Randy Moss, and I think, and I'm surprised that any of my friends watching that do those great shows that I like to go on sometimes, those video shows, and they always show those funny videos. I would actually add the Randy Moss cash money video. I mean, come on. How do you not use the Randy Moss cash money video? All right, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Let's get moving here and go to the WNBA and wrap up the show. Mercury and Liberty. Man, I struck out yesterday. Felt like here on the WNBA picks, really smashed my stellar record and still really good numbers, but did have some losers here. We gave out the Sparks. That was pretty good yesterday. But let's see what you have here in this one. I know where I'm headed here. I've got my other pick out there as well already. Hey, I'm trying to give out side and total. I want everyone to enjoy this WNBA season, and we're going to try to continue to work in a few premiums, but we're having such a good time with the promotion of this league. I've got the over here tonight. If the Mercury don't turn it around here against the Liberty, and I imagine I wanted to go over, and I thought we would get, just to show you, maybe this is what odds makers were thinking. I mean, I want to go over in this game. It's already up to like 170 and a half. I thought I was going to be Mr. Sly. I thought after the game, everyone's going to look at Phoenix. They're playing on a back-to-back. And they scored 47 points yesterday, one of the worst performances in league history. Maybe I'm getting too cute. Maybe I'm looking for attention. I'm going over in this game with the Mercury and the Liberty. It's specifically, I feel like, based for me on the matchups of the two teams, because I actually don't know if the Mercury are going to be able to stop the Liberty after what I saw. They were facing yesterday a Connecticut team that looked a little bit dysfunctional. I would expect the Liberty, who, by the way, aren't covering any spreads necessarily. They're not doing a great job when favored big, but I would think Vandersloot, Ionescu, I think all these guys can have a monster game. I think Brianna Stewart can have a monster game in this one. And I would think that Copper might really have a big problem here. So that doesn't help the over necessarily, but I'm giving out the over. You can go check out my videos on the side here, kind of tease it a little bit. So you'll go watch the videos and support the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. But I've got the over here in this one. Phoenix, they better score, but it never materialized. 1 for 27 from 3-point range yesterday. Who would bet an over after that? Well, I'm gonna here in this one. You guys got your W. Chad came back to talk about the games with us. That's awesome. Thank you, Chad. Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. And here's the thing, right? So in a game like this, I was mentioning Cunningham probably getting, lit up by Stewart, but certainly Cunningham can get her share as well, it feels like. Feels like Stewart, not all there as far as I feel like that's one thing that maybe her game is sliding is defensively here. What did Chad say here? Laying it, yeah. I mean, they haven't covered anything, but still, I mean, to me, and and here's the thing: I was down on Phoenix to begin. They got me back on. I'm never Mr. Overreaction. Maybe with this league, maybe with what's going on, I'm not going to call it an overreaction because everything has been so solid with the picks so far. I guess with Phoenix, I just have been wrong. Again, because I thought the franchise was going to be in shambles after what happened last season, and maybe they will be. I mean, that's just a horrible performance. Maybe in these other games, beginning of the season, whatever, no Griner. I don't know. That wasn't factored in for me because Okay, here we go. Liberty team total over. Chad laid it. What else did we say? Twisted, I think, saying going over, but his projection there. And Chad's got a big matchup for Jonquil. Loves the matchup there with Mac. But Mac, that Mac is good defensively. I think maybe the Mercury be looking out for Mac a little bit, but I'm gonna go over. Doubles is gonna go under, and I get it. I'm just going to trust my numbers to be right in the end. I mean, if I have to make a massive adjustment on Phoenix, I'm not going to do it on one game for 47 points. To me, everything still points to an over in the game, despite kind of the numbers here. And look, the road dog thing, just because they had one loss yesterday, hasn't stopped. Remember, road dogs 17-5 against the spread right now. In this league. So, and Liberty, yeah, you mentioned it, Chad. 4-2 straight up, 1-5 against the spread. That only cover came against Indiana. So, all right, looks like you guys are ready to move on to the next one here. And it's a Dream and the Mystics. And I made a video pick for the side in this one. So I don't think we get a Chad. Well, we could have a Chad challenge. I'll just say it. If Chad and I are, running against. In fact, I don't even know if I like the total in this game. So I'm just going to bounce here. I'm taking the Mystics. Maybe we do have a challenge. I'm sure the Dream might be pretty popular. But Mystics have been pretty woeful. We know 0-6, but 3-2-1 against the spread. These are kind of the situations I like in betting here. I think, yeah, Mystics. Are they in the bottom three? Probably. But that's why I'm going to take the Mystics here at home. The move has obviously already been on the Mystics. They opened as high as 5.5. They're down to 2.5. We've got a Chad challenge here. And hey, look, I lost with the home dog yesterday in this same type of role. So Chad. We'll go dream. And I'll take the Mystics, kind of get it going back here today. And maybe, just maybe, they can get that first win as a proud franchise that really been left hanging here, not having Deladon in and no Brittany Sykes as well. Canada's out for the Dream coming in here, and I would expect tough matchup here for Van Loo, who's been really good so far. the Serbian for the Mystics. 0-6 for the Mystics, 3-2-1 against the spread. Their covers so far came against Connecticut and the Liberty. I figure Atkins will have a pretty good game here in this one. Dream just 1-3 against the spread. They are 8-2 against the spread last 10 games against Washington, but a lot of those were as a dog. All right. I'm on the Mystics here plus the points. They've obviously been taking the action here somewhat down from 5.5 down to 2.5 now at DraftKings. All right, let's get to the last game here in WNBA. We'll get out of here. The Aces and the Lynx in this one. The Lynx are the champions of the league so far for bettors. They're 5-0 against the spread and going up here against the Aces. Aces 4-1 straight or 3-1 straight up, but just 1-3 so far against the spread. So every time they've been kind of overrated. And I'm taking the Lynx here, of course, in this one, plus the points at home. I don't think that the Aces are necessarily overrated, but man, the Lynx are getting some really good defense. I think with McBride and, of course, their defensive stopper, Carlton, in there. It feels like at this point they've got an MVP candidate at this point in Nafisa Collier. Great matchup with Wilson tonight. It's going to be the best, maybe the best matchup in the WNBA between top players, it feels like so far this season. And I expect really Alana Smith to have it easy inside if she so chooses, as the Lynx are one of the best surprise teams so far. Back-to-back wins coming in over Atlanta on the road and over the Liberty at home. Las Vegas is off the big win over the Indiana Fever. And, we didn't cover necessarily the Fever in their game last time. We talked about the LA win, but the Fever, certainly thought Clark had probably her best game. They shouldn't be favored by anybody here. Chad's ready to go tomorrow in case we don't catch him. He said, look for the storm tomorrow. Thanks, Chad. Justin's on the Lynx. He took 6 points in this one. And, Chad talking about, we've missed a big number here already. It's down to 4 now at Bet Online. So Lynx has just been a hot mover here, it feels like. And they're a good team. Doesn't feel like a fluke. It feels like we're dealing with 2 really good teams here. Do we have, 9 decent teams and 3 bad teams? Or we'll see if these top teams can get away. Does feel like the Aces are still there. Chad, as far as I'm concerned, the Chad challenge is still 70-30, my friend. I just appreciate you so much for coming here every day and giving us your picks. I appreciate that so much. Hope you realize how serious I am. Okay, so that's it for the show, I guess, unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about. Wish was time for college baseball. Hey, you guys, I did play some college baseball futures. Let me just run them by you here real quick. I don't want, you can bet regions maybe too. And look, if you bet the futures, you might actually break them up and try to make sure you don't run into your teams, or you can kind of, I don't know if I was totally perfect on that, but, I did take East Carolina already at 30-1. They're already up to 50-1 because they had a bad weekend. So it's probably still a pretty good price at this point with East Carolina. But right now, I think out of the top tier teams, the best value that I felt at the top of the board right now is on North Carolina. With North Carolina, I think I'm dealing with a top, I feels like a top 4 team. Now, I think most of the ratings are going to have them, down further than that, but I'm rating North Carolina very, very high, and they're mostly right now Let me see what they can be had at. This is just because we're heading into regional weekend here. And, once we get this started, let me see if I can. Oh, man, I hope I can get these here for you. It looks like I'm having some. Okay, here, yeah. All right, here are some of the plays I've taken for the NCAA baseball championship. It took North Carolina at 16-1. Probably my favorite play, even for the value wise. I feel like North Carolina. I feel like I'm getting a top 4, top 5 team right now. And if you look at the odds currently with North Carolina, I think you'll find that for the most part in the futures prices, they're going to be a little bit further along down the line than that. North Carolina probably, top 10 in the odds currently. Also, I grabbed, and these are to win the championship. So if you want to break it down, maybe go by region. But I like Virginia at 33-1. I think out of the other top groups, the teams that are maybe 40 or 1 or better, I think Virginia here, to me, I certainly have them probably closer to the top 10 than top 15. So I just feel like I'm getting some value. Virginia to me feels more like a 15 or 18-1 type of team here coming in. My long shot is UCF at 200-1. Again, maybe hedge something in there with UCF if they can get something together. I think it's agreed that they have an offense that maybe can get rolling a little bit, given their situation with the teams that they can dispose of as well. All right, that should do it for the show. I don't think I had those were the ones. Those were the ones, and also you might want to look at one other future here, maybe here as we get rolling, get out of here a little bit. But I just noticed that I'm seeing the Royals continue to be taking money on the futures boards. I think we talked about them a little bit. I know if you got a book out there still hanging somewhere close to 40-1 on the Royals, it feels pretty interesting with that rotation right now at 40-1. I know you got to have to look for that one, but I think you can find some books that are still maybe a little bit late to the party, because I think most of the books that are paying attention have kind of moved down to 30 and 25-1. But the Royals now, that pitching looks interesting to me. And remember, it's funny about the Royals. Every 10 years doubles. It seems like they come around. Okay, just that's how it is in Royals land. That's how it is in small market ball. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We'll get back tomorrow. We got some exciting action this weekend. I'll cover college baseball this weekend. There's UFC Canadian Open begins also on Thursday in golf. So we'll have more winners for you. We'll talk more tennis and soccer as well. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.